Hi there, good morning, it's Stuart at Fabric Mouse. Just doing a little video this morning talking about the 725. You've probably heard most of the things about this machine already, so I'm just enjoying the coffee. Did you know all the proceeds from our coffee shop go to a local charity? That's why you should always buy from a proper sewing machine shop like us. Apart from that, 725, if you haven't heard already, someone probably ringing to order one. It's the best selling machine in the UK. It has been for many years. It used to be the 525 by Janome. They updated it slightly this year, mainly put LED lights on it just to make it a lot brighter, meet the new standards. Old bulbs are a bit old fashioned now, so they just gave it a bit of a fresher look. Mechanically wise, it is identical. It's still built on this full metal chassis here. We stripped this one down in our workshop just to answer all the questions of the people that say machines are all plastic these days. As you can clearly see, this is a brute of a machine. It's designed for your dressmaker, for your home sewer, for anyone that wants to do a lot of sewing and have a very capable machine. This is what we're targeted at. It won the Which Best Buy. It's won every magazine article rating thingy going. It was on the Great British Sewing Bee. They've used it on that every year the series has been run. There's not much else to tell you apart from the price that this machine is. You are getting a fantastic piece of equipment. So they really want to talk to us. I'll just pause the video. I'll speak to you in a minute. Again, they weren't after that machine. They were after directions to come and see us. They're just travelling up the A1 from Leeds, so that's nice. We'll try and wrap the video up before the turn up. So you've got sort of 20 odd stitches, 24 stitches I think it is to be exact. You've got your standard stitches. You've got an automatic buttonhole, which is the one where you put the button in the foot, set it for the exact size of your buttonhole, so it takes care of all your buttonholes. You don't need to worry about it. Still need to get it lined up in the right place, but that's up to you. Nice easy stitch selection. You literally turn this and you've got all your letters on here. What you'll see is you've got A to L, which gives you your standard stitches. Fantastic on this machine is you've then got this selection here to engage these stitches, which is the stretch stitch version of these stitches. So if you're doing jersey stretch, four-way stretch, anything like that, you can change this round here, which is your stitch length, over to SS, which is stretch stitch. Obviously you're going to need your ballpoint needle, change your needle, and then you'll get a stretch version of that stitch. So then if you're doing the bottom of a t-shirt, anything like that, when you put it on, the thread is not going to snap, because quite often people make dresses, especially out of stretch fabric. When you start to wear it, the seam will start to pop. The way to get around that is by using a stretch stitch. Each one of these stitches slips over each other, so it lets the thread sort of stretch out and then come back with the thread without it breaking. So it gives it a lot more strength, a lot more comfort as well. So you can already see it is aimed at people that are going to do dressmaking, going to do home sewing and everything else. What we do have on here is a pressure adjuster here. Great little feature. It's still manual. It's teaching you about fabric control yourself. You tighten this right up. You want a silk, you want something sheer, something like that. And what it's going to do is going to put the pressure on this foot. It's going to grip it more against these feed dogs. Give you a lot more control. You're not having to sort of push it under the foot yourself to get it to go. Alternatively, other way around, you want to put some curtain tape through. You're doing some nice thick curtains. Maybe it's with your nice wool moon fabric that we supply. Come down, we have all the books here. You take the pressure right off, and then again, same thing. You're not having to force the thick layers through. It gives it a lot more clearance, sort of less pressure between the foot, but you can balance that so that you've got the right pressure for it to feed properly yourself. Big thing of what that does is it takes all the pressure off this feed. People say, oh, can a machine punch through like 8 layers of whatever? Yeah, of course. You put fresh needle on your finger, see how far it'll go. It will punch through anything. The tricky part on the machine is the strength of this feed, where it's actually pulling the fabric. That's where the stress on the machine is. And by being able to adjust the pressure and help the fabric through easier, you are leaving all the stress through that machine, making it much more capable of sewing the thicker things. Tension, straight in front of you, nice and easy. Threading, built-in handle obviously. It does come with a hard case as well, which goes over, and this handle goes through it, so it's nice and handy. You can carry it around, put it under a table. It's not going to get knocked, not going to get damaged. Nice and easy. It's all numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does have your needle threader. Top load bobbin case, stops the thread jamming up. Basically, it is just a very simple machine to use. It's got a great toolbox with your sleeve arm on there, so you can do your sleeves and trickier items. That's why it's won pretty much all the awards, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you've pretty much made your mind up anyway. There isn't many other machines around in this sort of category that's going to sort of make you as happy as this machine. Let's give it a stitch. Got ourselves a little bit of Superman fabric, because it is kind of the Superman machine. So, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, down to number 5, and on number 5 here you'll see that you can go left or right on this one. That's because obviously it's set up that you can run a twin needle, and it actually puts the thread into a different guide, which gives you a much better twin needle stitch than when it's just sit on the single locator. Your needle threader, very handy. So we'll go down to a straight stitch. Put it on about 3 as usual, obviously on a 0. So when you're on straight stitch, sorry, I should remember this. When you're on straight stitch, you see the needle moving there, so you can set the needle position. So if you want to use a concealed zip foot, do some piping, you can move that needle yourself. And it's got infinite adjustments. It's not locators sort of thing. You can get it exactly up to the end of where you want it to do to give you that super crisp stitch. We'll set it to 0, your standard needle position for now. There we go, we're on a standard stitch. Beautiful. That's going through four pieces of fabric there. The machine is not going to skip a beat at all. It is just stitching beautifully. One of the things to add on this one, your lifter is actually on the inside instead of going all the way around the back. It's just so much more comfortable. I know a lot of people they go around the back first, but you sort of go around like this. It's just, you can keep your hand on your fabric, lift this. It's the best way to do it. I don't know why all the brands haven't sort of changed that way. There you can see, absolutely beautiful stitch quality. One of the best machines on the market for its stitch quality. It is a superbly robust machine, and you get nice results out of it, and it's very easy to use. If you're looking for a first-time machine, but a first-time machine that is more capable than you are, and it will take you on a lot further. You're also going to learn more about the fabric control because you can do it yourself. It's going to allow you to be a proper maker. Let's change some stitches and just give you some other ideas of what we've got going here. We'll put it on D. I always like this stitch. We'll get it nice and wide, we'll get it nice and tight, and we can hear it properly at full speed, moving around, and just see how nice the machine is. Get that nice and tight, almost so that it's not moving the fabric. And what you'll find is a lot of machines here, they would start to chew the fabric underneath because it gets sort of brought down, whereas this machine, even on such a tight stitch, it is just working perfectly, feeding it through. You can tell it's one of my favourite machines. It has been selling, probably being on the shelf in the guise of this machine or the 525 now for possibly 15, maybe even 20 years. It's kind of been a stalwart. It's sat there on the shelf from when I was a kid and my mum was running the shop. But yeah, it's most definitely one of the best sellers, always has been, especially with the sewing bee at the minute. If you can get your hands on one, get one. They have been sold out for a long time. They do come back in and out. They're very, very popular. So while we've got them in stock, follow the link, buy it, we'll get it sent out to you. We're a full Janome service centre. We carry all of the accessories. So if there's anything you want to go with it, there's a foot for any conceivable task you could imagine. We carry them. Make sure you do buy your Janome feet. There's a lot of Amazon things like that selling sort of snide copies these days. What you find is the copy feet, although they fit on the clip-on, you borrow a friend's the clip-on, your stitch quality is not as good. The thicknesses are different, the metals are different. The main problem is that they don't line up with your feed dogs. So if you're going to buy a nice machine, treat yourself, use the right feet. What I'm trying to say, the feet line up, as you can see here, completely bang on with your feed dogs. That means, again, that pressure, it's feeding the fabric perfectly. What we find is a lot of the cheap, the kits where you get, they'll offer them free if you're on someone's website. They'll be like, oh yeah, £10, I'll give you 50 feet, and they go like this. They go on top of the feed dogs. They're sort of overlapped like this, so half of the fabric you're trying to put in isn't even feeding. But you know, they're cheap, so you should buy off them. All that glistens is not necessarily gold. This is a solid machine. Treat yourself to a nice machine. Give me a ring. I'm always on the phone. Sometimes I answer unless I'm doing a video. But come in and see us. Give us a ring. We back it up. We've got a full service centre. Not that you. Very unlikely that this will go wrong. It is usually human error. If there's anything to go wrong, or cheap thread, or cheap feet. But the machine itself is probably, if we looked at our stats, it's the most unlikely machine that you would get any problem with out of all the ranges that we carry. So you rest assured you're buying a very nice machine. Thanks a lot. I think I've whittled on for a bit too long there. Coffee's going cold. You know, come down to Fabric Mouse, try it out. That's what we're here for. We'll try and put videos on the website. Please like them, and so I can get out of the corner, and they'll give me a nice little place to do them. Like us, follow us, and buy us, keep us going. Thank you. Bye.